The bats have come alive after being dormant for the Arizona series. The Giants offense has bounced back against the Marlins. Up and down the lineup, even the pitchers have been coming up with the big hit. Today, the bats of the orange and black look to stay red hot and complete the sweep. Giants Marlins next.
We've got Sunday afternoon baseball here at AT Park as we get ready to wrap up this weekend series, Giants and Marlins. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants have won the series, and Bruce Bochy likes to put it in these terms. It's time to get greedy, and that would mean a sweep. So what do? You hand the ball to Matt Cain. And even though his record doesn't show it, he's been throwing the ball pretty good.
He has been throwing the ball well, and he's had problems in the fifth inning. But I think what he's going to take into today's game is what he's taken into every start, and that is a nice combination of stuff and command, and that will always be the key. Giants offensively, they've been hitting the ball well in this series, over 400, especially with men in scoring position, hitting over 300 in that category. So basically, just keep doing what you're doing.
Keep what you're doing. Trevor Brown will be behind the plate. Buster Posey will be at first base. All right. When we come back on Joe Panic Backpack Day, we will have the lineups and the very first pitch right after this.
Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the Baconlicious Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Back here at AT Park, Giants have taken the field. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. Very nice 63 degrees here at the yard. Light winds, humidity right around 50%, and it is partly cloudy. All right, let's take a look at the Marlins lineup. It'll be Gordon, Ozuna, Yelich, and then Giancarlo Stanton, who's got 3 lifetime home runs against Matt Cain. Justin Bour, he is going to hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Dietrich, Realmuto, and Rojas. And the pitcher, Adam Conley, who's 0 for 5 on the year, he will hit 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the 10-year veteran, Matt Cain. Cain, 31 years of age, 6'3", 230-pounder. This is what he has done in 3 starts. 0-2 with a 6.46 ERA. And when Cain is right, you're going to see a low 90s fastball that he'll spot on both sides of the plate with consistency with 2 types of grip, good changeup, and he'll throw a cutter and a curveball. Lifetime against these Marlins, 6-5.
And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and Gordon takes a call strike. So we get started at 106. Gordon hitting at 271. Cain comes back with a pitch that's just inside. He is 1 for 8 in the series. His only hit came on Friday night against Jeff Samardzija. And this is going to be a tough play. Duffy got a good jump on it, and they got him. Nice play.
We've really seen some nice plays along that third base line in this series. I mean, Jake Peavy's last night, but this one right here is as good as it gets. They were taking it away, and even though D. Gordon says, I'm going to do it anyway. With his speed, why not? And from Duffy's perspective, it had to be perfect. Barehander off the right foot, and an absolute strike to Posey. And in the end, it wasn't even close. That is the big leagues.
Good stretch by Buster. Here's Marcell Ozuna, and he takes a strike. He's at 206, a couple of home runs, 8 driven in. And a big sweeping curveball misses down low. 1 for 4 for Ozuna on Friday. And he came back and did the same thing in the game last night. Shoots this one into center field, and Blanco will play it on a hop. So Matt Cain will get into the stretch with 1 out.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Matt Cain today. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right, it'll be Pagan, Blanco, and Pence. Denard Span getting a day off. Crawford and Duffy on the left side of the infield. Panic and Posey on the right side. Trevor Brown, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
Here's Yelich. Yelich rifles one foul as he turned on that 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
I mean, it was right there on the hands. And for a guy 6'3", you're supposed to be able to pitch him there inside corner on the hands. But Christian Yelich right now, seeing that ball is about as big as a grapefruit. And he's got a beautiful swing.
Foul back, 0-2.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game, and for the offense, just keep setting the table, and that's what they've been doing so well, giving themselves opportunity. They're getting the opposing pitcher in the stretch, continue that trend. And number 2, Cain, take the 5th. He's given up 11 earned runs this year. All of them have been in the 5th inning. He needs to take the 5th. Those are our Nissan keys of the game.
Yeah, there you go.
Own the 5th. Take it. Oh, and 2 to Yelich. Yelich hitting at 396. How about that?
And it's a hard 396. He's had a nice series here.
Swing and a miss. He got him. What was it?
It looked like it may have been a changeup, but it had a little cut to it.
Batting practice today. It's always fun to watch Giancarlo Stanton.
He just flips them out.
He
Oh my!
ended up hitting one that bounced into the parking lot.
Oh,
That was it.
That is a bomb.
I drove in today. Nathan Cox, who's one of the parking lot attendants, said this ball just landed in the parking lot, and we think that Stanton hit it.
That's pretty impressive. And he's got 3 lifetime home runs against Kane.
And the fastball is high. It's 2-0. Yeah, overall he's 6 for 20 with 3 big flies against Matt Cain. He does not have a hit in this series, and in the series he struck out 4 times. Peavy and Samardzija both pitched him beautifully. Here it's 3-0.
Well, they both pitched him in early and then away late. Here in this at bat, Cain has just stayed away the whole at bat.
And a strike.
Strike zone today is a good one. Quinn Wolcott is a low ball umpire, and he's a good breaking ball umpire, and he'll give a little width on both sides of the plate if you're throwing strikes. If he has a weakness, it's at the top of the line or the top of the strike zone, up around the waist. It can be a bit inconsistent, but overall, good zone to throw to.
Tap to third. Another tough play for Duffy, and he can't make it. And there'll be runners at first and second. That'll be a base hit. Yeah, this time when a ball went into the parking lot, it didn't land on top of Dave's sunroof, Dave Fleming's sunroof.
That's when Matt Latos, shagging balls in left field, turned around and faked like he was going to throw the ball into the stands, and he threw it completely over the bleachers in left field into the parking lot, and it broke Dave Fleming's sunroof. He was not enthusiastic.
No, not at all. Here's Justin Bour. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Justin Bour hitting at .288, a home run, 7 driven in. He's had 5 hits in the series, and this is rolled foul.
Whoa, look out, ball dude.
Hang in there, not a big.
That's Henry Wilshusen, our ball dude, getting tested early.
So it's a quick 0-2 to Justin Bour. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Bour really unhappy with himself. Giants are coming up. Are coming up, and here's Bruce Bochy's lineup. No Span this afternoon. It'll be Pagan, Panic, Duffy, and then Buster Posey, and he's got good numbers lifetime against the Marlins. Pence, Brown, and Crawford. Blanco will hit in the A spot, and then Matt Cain will pitch and hit 9th.
On the hill today for the Miami Marlins will be the left-hander Adam Conley. Conley, about a half a year's time at the big league level, 6'3", 200-pounder. And this is what he has done in 3 starts. 19 strikeouts in 13 2/3. Gives you an idea what type of stuff he has. And that just against 4 walks for Conley. If you're going to hit off him, you're going to see low to mid 90s with a fastball with a nice movement that runs away from righties into lefties. He's got a good hard slider and a changeup. He'll throw more changeups than sliders. But it's hard for him to throw the ball straight. He got a little funkiness to his delivery, a lot of kneecaps and elbows flying at you.
And it's Pagan to lead things off. And he kind of slings it and it's high, 1-0. There isn't a giant hitter that has ever faced Conley. There's a strike. Well, he wants to go right away, doesn't he?
He wants to get it and throw it.
This is a base hit into right center field. So Pagan opens up the bottom of the first. Yeah, YMCA San Francisco brought these kids out. Angel Pagan and Hunter Pence are the best at this. They really engage, look into the kids' eyes, have some fun with them. Hunter Pence has got him waving at all the fans. And then Pagan gives him this lesson about being a good Giants fan. And then, of course, the hug in tight to Panic. 1 ball and no strikes. Hunter, on the other hand, he's about ready to give anybody a rally talk. And he's telling this young man right now, you can be anything you want. There's a strike.
Well, you can. But it doesn't hurt to have somebody tell you that, especially one of your heroes. And Hunter Pence and Angel Pagan, heroes to many in the Bay Area. As they should be.
As they should be.
Just missed. Meanwhile, Matt Cain goes out to the mound and has a moment. Good hearty handshake. Look into my eyes.
I just thought that, you know, starting pitcher. Some are locked and loaded and don't even want to be a part of that. Not the Giants guys.
Well, it's an important part of what they're all about. And if it wasn't for kids, there'd be no baseball.
Although I don't think Gaylord would have been in on it.
Or Steve Carlton.
And strike. 3-2.
Pretty good 3-1 pitch right there.
There's Duffy, who's on deck.
Now that's a sun hat right there.
That is.
Homemade.
Up to middle, slowly hit, right by the bag, and a double play.
Well, let's take a look at that Marlins defense. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Yelich, Ozuna, and Stanton. Good arms at center and right. Rojas and Dietrich will be on the left side of the infield. Gordon and Bohr on the right side. And JT Realmuto will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Duffy. Duffy hitting at 250. 9 for his last 19. And a strike. A couple of home runs, 9 driven in. Buster Posey to follow. We are just underway here at AT&T Park. Padres come in after the game tonight. Duffy hits a high fly ball to right. Stanton moving over, and that'll end the inning. So with the help of the double play, a quick inning for Conley. Second inning coming up.
is brought to you by AAA. Get a free Giants all-season blanket. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/Giants or to a AAA branch for details.
Well, Saturday, May 7th is Marvel Superheroes Day. Your event package will include a ticket to see the Giants take on the Rockies and a Captain America orange and black collectible bobblehead. Go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out.
First pitch to Derek Dietrich is high. 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Dietrich, Realmuto, and Rojas.
A little high.
Ryan Blakeney. Blakeney, Walcott, Corbin, Carlson, and the 2-0. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kane struck out 2 in the first inning, also allowed a couple of hits. This is hit up the middle, but Crawford playing behind the bag throws him out. Here's Realmuto. Realmuto is hitting 188 with 2 runs batted in on the season. Outside corner, and that, in the words of Mike Shannon, is a steerag.
Steerag.
It's not 1 word, it's 2 words. It's a steerag. So it's 1 ball and 1 steerag. And there's a base hit for Realmuto. A 1-out single, and it'll be Miguel Rojas coming up.
Busy day out in the Cove. It is opening day on the bay for the boats. A lot of flags, a lot of bells and whistles, and everybody's out, and it is an absolute perfect day to be on the bay. So it's official.
Rojas. The numbers say Rojas is hitting 300. Well, what does that work out to? 3 for 10, which is low. On deck, the pitcher, Adam Conley. No score.
It's the Golden Bear.
Jack Nicklaus's ship, huh?
Yeah.
He's got a good one.
It is a good one.
This could be a double play. Panic to Crawford, to Posey. Well, you mentioned Jack Nicklaus, and look what you get.
Good things happen.
You get a
to get your day started off right, get to the park a little early and witness the Giants hosting a bunch of Pony Leaguers at a Q&A with some Giants players and coaches. Ron Wotus, Trevor Brown, Corey Guerin, our host Dave Fleming, all answering questions for the little guys and gals. Trevor Brown got, what's your favorite dessert? Ice cream, of course, but he really likes cheesecake on a special day. Corey Guerin, no softballs for him, guys. He said some kid asked him, what's your philosophy on life? That's a tough one. Wouldn't want to answer that one. Dwayne and Mike.
What's your philosophy on life?
Well, we know what Amy's is. Don't eat seafood.
Yeah, stay away from anything that swims.
It's a simple philosophy. Hey, the gang's all here.
Yeah. For a second, I thought Joe Pavelski was back. Here's Buster Posey, and Buster looks at a strike.
Marlins really pinched the gap in right center against Posey. Give him the line in right field.
Posey swings and fouls it out of play. 271 for Buster, 2 home runs, 6 driven in. Up the middle, off of Conley. He's going to recover and shovel it to first for the out. So that hit Conley and maybe in the back of the leg. There's a camera right down around home plate, and when the kids take their lap, sometimes you know you really just can't help yourself. See that kid right there? These guys. That's a polite wave. It could have been my kid.
Yeah, they're leading the league in fun this morning.
Oh my goodness! Here's Pence. Pence check swing. Conley again. 2 outs.
Is there a worse at bat?
That's the worst because it's the first pitch. The only thing worse than that would be if it was a 3-0 count.
Just a check swing, put it in play, and it didn't even know where it was.
I mean, if Hunter takes a full swing at that, he might bounce that one over the center field wall.
He never knew where it was. I mean, guys like to get the rips, and a check swing and winds up being your at bat. That is a frustrating AB.
Here's Trevor Brown. Ice cream for Trevor Brown. There's a call strike.
Yeah, ice cream. I got to go with ice cream.
Yeah, you know, probably. Might have to be on top of some warm pie, maybe.
Well, that's pretty good ice cream right there.
Inside. 2 outs. Crawford on deck. Giants got a base hit from Pagan to open up the first. After that, a couple of ground balls and a pop-up, and it's 3-1 now to Brown. Giants did a really good job of working Cozart and Fernandez, the other 2 starters in this series for the Marlins, as this is fouled out of play.
Nice play by a fan playing a carom off the wall.
Brown takes the walk. And that'll bring up Brandon Crawford.
That's good at bat. You know, and for a guy who's not playing every day, to have an at bat like that, it's especially a good at bat, simply because he doesn't have the luxury of having that strike zone set playing every day. Take a close pitch, get your walk, keep an inning alive, get more pitches out of that pitcher. Good AB.
Crawford hitting at .230, a couple of home runs. For 4 last night for Brandon Crawford, and a couple of doubles on Friday. Crawford up the middle, Gordon on the dive. His throw will be a little lob between everybody. And safely aboard at first is Crawford. Now you can really credit Trevor Brown with his hustle going into second. Otherwise, it might have been a force play at second.
Well, and the Gold Glover, D. Gordon at second base. Nice play to get to it. And he has the best arm of any middle infielder in the National League. I mean, he's got a cannon. And the problem with having a great arm is there just isn't a play you don't think you can make. And here, off balance, I think the ball kind of slipped out of his hand. A throw he probably never should have made. But you got to see it on our Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Blanco hitting .273. Chance to pick up his first RBI of the season with Brown at second base. And he takes a strike. Conley looked to second and a swing and a foul back, so it's 0-2. And a base hit up the middle, and here comes Brown. Crawford headed to third. First RBI of the year for Gregor Blanco. 1-0 Giants.
Stay hot. What do you say we make that our Ford right choice? And why not? Gregor Blanco really has come up big against some really tough pitchers. And sometimes the toughest pitcher is the guy you don't know anything about. This is his first at bat ever against Conley, who's got good strikeout stuff. And he goes right back up the middle in a 2-out situation with a base open and the pitcher on deck. He expands the zone and puts the Giants on the board. That is our Ford right choice.
Rojas came very close to at least keeping that ball in the infield. Here's Kane, and Kane with a swing. Gonna miss.
Pretty good hack. Pressure's on Matt Cain. They try and answer the challenge laid out there from Bumgarner and Samardzija and Jake Peavy and Johnny Cueto. Conley wanted that pitch. He thought he had it.
All back. 1-2. Really nice outing for Jake Peavy last night, not only on the mound but at the plate.
Yeah, and with the glove on the field, made the defensive play of the game as well.
Kane out swinging to end the inning. Giants on the board, and they do it after 2 outs. A walk, an infield hit, and a base hit by Blanco. And the Giants lead 1-0.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Padres will be in town tomorrow, and the game on Monday and Tuesday will be night game, 7:15. Day game on Wednesday. As we like to say, it's day baseball in the city. 12:45 starts. Come out and see the Padres. sfgiants.com/tickets. I think the Giants are going to see the Padres' 3 best starters. Nah. Tyson Ross is not starting, so that probably is not the case. Pomeranz, Shields, and Cashner. Here's Adam Conley, who's 0 for 5 on the season. Giants with an early 1-0 lead. Strike. I'm liking Mr.
Ryan Blackney.
I'm liking Mr. Blackney's strike zone.
Yeah, he looks for strikes.
Hit out to the left for Pagan. So here's D. Gordon. So Gordon, who tried to bunt his way on in the first inning. And a strike.
Kane can give you so many different looks, and I mean, he's really had a nice command of them ever since he got to camp this year. Been able to control everything.
Well, Duffy is down the line again at third. He's even a little closer now than he was in the first inning. Too low. 2 balls and a strike. Base hit right back up the middle. So the Marlins now have their base stealer on base with 1 out. And here's Marcell Ozuna.
Well, last year he led the major leagues in stolen bases. So you get into a 3-1 count with D. Gordon. I mean, you've got to challenge him, and that's what Kane did. Not a whole lot of location with that fastball. Just here, hit it. You're not going to get a walk from me. And to D. Gordon's credit, pretty disciplined at bat going back up the middle. But now it's game on. With him at first base, I mean, he looks to steal, and he likes to go early.
Kane will definitely keep an eye on Gordon, with Posey holding him tight. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes.
And he's the whole package. I mean, he's got a really quick first step. He gets to full speed in a hurry. And he will really stretch that lead. And he goes on first move.
He goes. Not in time. And Crawford tacked him on the back of the legs, and you know, as an infielder, you don't know if you got him or not. You know you tagged him, but you just don't know, did you tag him before you got to the bag?
That's close. I mean, that's something the Giants are going to look at. I don't think this is all that automatic. I think they got him. But they are not going to risk it. Too close to call. me like Gordon was thinking about stealing third.
Yes, he was.
I do believe they got him by just about an inch. Tap him on the back of the leg. He was out.
Low. 3-0. Yelich on deck.
But you know, you don't know who the crew is back in New York. It's an umpiring crew. They rotate a couple of them in there. Everybody takes their turn at it. But given what we've seen so far in these 2 games against the Marlins, if it's not completely obvious, they're not going to overrule it.
Doesn't seem like it.
And I think maybe that had something to do with the Giants not contesting this, because it would have been close. But just the way that Crawford responded to it, I think they had him.
Gordon goes. Brown's throw. Out of time.
Well, that changes everything. Panic was kind of creeping in. Kane varying the looks. I mean, it's not like he was predictable. It's just how good of a base stealer Gordon is. And Duffy gets spiked.
So Ozuna takes the walk.
And how disruptive can a base stealer be?
Yeah. So here's Yelich. Giants with a 1-0 lead. And a strike. Kane struck out Yelich in the first inning.
That hasn't been that easy to do for anybody this year.
That is not.
And you have to pay close attention to Ozuna. A lot of guys will run on this Marlins club.
So Kane comes back with a pitch down and away, a ball and a strike.
Backed it up. Another changeup. So 3 pitches, 3 off-speed pitches, and this is back-to-back changeups. And really, you can do that when you have a good changeup.
Foul. Just foul.
He tried to elevate a fastball in on his hands. And Yelich fought that off, and he almost came up golden. That wasn't foul by a whole bunch. Little jam shot, throws it out there. That's when, if you're a catcher like Trevor Brown, you start talking to it. Get 2 conversations going. Yelich saying stay fair, and Brown saying get foul.
It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tap foul. Pretty clear that the Marlins lineup decided to jack up the pant legs today. All of them.
Hey. Sign of unity, trying to shake things up. They've been scuffling. Come into this game as a team 5-11.
Get them to fish 2-2.
I mean, it's great to see the players, but the guys that doesn't always look that great on are the coaches. I don't think Lenny Harris, a third base coach, has ever had high Nor has Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I don't know if Barry's doing the thing, to be honest with you.
He had him.
Did he?
Yep.
2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to Posey. They're going to try to turn it. And they will not. And the tying run scores. So Yelich beats it out.
It's tough to turn that with a left-hander up there. But Posey never hesitated. Kane got over there in plenty of time. And this would be not contested by the Giants. Yelich did indeed. And D. Gordon, well, just he'll tell you.
Hey, D. Gordon, multi-talented man. He can run, steal bases, umpire. Here's Stanton.
Multitasker.
Out of play, no balls and 1 strike. Stanton hit a high chopper for an infield hit in the first. Four hits for the Marlins, 3 hits for the Giants. All singles in this game. Runner goes. Brown's throw. Got him. Now Yelich doesn't know for sure if that's the right call or not because the play's behind him. I'm sure the Marlins are going to take a look at it.
I'm surprised at the attempt. I mean, you're in score position if you're at first base with Stanton up there. He got him. One more look. This should even be a little more obvious here.
So good call.
And finally, proof. Tom Adley going to come out there with the high pants, showing lots of sock.
I don't know what they're talking about.
I mean, he's out. I mean, there's nothing there that Panic is doing wrong.
You know, I don't get it. Once again, for whatever reason, Don Mattingly just lengthened this game for no reason at all. Marlins tie it up. It's 1-1. Off. It's a 1-1 ball game. Pagan singled off of Conley in the first inning. And he looks at a strike with Panic to follow, and then Duffy.
Conley right back on that mound, looking in, trying to get that sign quickly. You're a catcher. You got to feed that rhythm to that pitcher. Don't make him stand out there waiting for a sign.
Hit to left. Yelich back. Yelich makes the running catch. Let's check out our cold hard facts, and it's brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. Giants have hit 68 splash home runs since this park opened back in 2000. And Barry Bonds is responsible for 35. Rich Rodriguez gave this one up. That's the first one. And that's what it looked like. And we saw a bunch more after that. 34 more, as a matter of fact.
But you felt like he was going to do it every time he got in that batter's box.
He hit more into the water than he did into the arcade.
No, you're probably right.
They just stayed hit.
And in batting practice, it was just one after another.
Panic takes low. I looked down, whatever, keep the score. I looked up, and it was 2-0. That's how quickly Conley's working. There's a strike. A 1-1 game here in the bottom of the third. Tapped on the ground, foul. 3-2. Some more notes on Barry Bonds. See the number of home runs.
7 MVPs, 14 times an All-Star, 12 Silver Sluggers, a couple of batting titles. And that's the other thing, too. You forget about the 2 batting titles. Now, you remember all the home runs, but he won 2 titles.
Like 120 intentional walks one year. Some guys don't get that many at bats. We had rubber chickens hanging out all over the place around the ballpark.
They're still in a vault someplace.
High into deep right center field. Stanton on the move. Stanton can't get it. Panic is going to hit the bag at second, and he will end up at third. I thought Stanton was going to catch it.
I think Stanton thought Stanton was going to catch it. He had a lot of height, which allows an outfielder an opportunity to run under it. I mean, he just kills this thing with backspin. I mean, any other ballpark, he's round tripping. But here you got to hold your breath. Just a little bit beyond the glove. But Stanton would have been a nice play getting the one hop and getting it back in quickly.
Here's Duffy with the lead run at third.
And how close was it to being caught? Oh, about the length of his glove. Maybe not even.
No, what do you think? Panic and Posey get the best backspin on this team? Belt gets it too, though.
Yeah. Well, flat swings.
Yep.
But from Panic's perspective, I mean, he takes a count 3-0, then all of a sudden it's 3-2. And then he gets a challenge. And so you know, he gets a lot of pitches, and on the end, he gets himself at third base with 1 out.
Duffy takes ball 4. So here's Buster Posey. Buster is 0 for 1. He bounced out in the second inning. Giants have Panic at third and Duffy at first. Third inning. On the ground, maybe a pair. They'll go around the horn for one and a double play. So 5-4-3 ends it. We'll head to the fourth. It remains 1-1.
Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by T-Mobile. Get major league coverage. T-Mobile has doubled its 4G LTE in the last year.
Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is live on csnbayarea.com, and you can log on each week as Insider Alex Pavlovich will talk with everybody, give you updates on everything. You can see it on csnbayarea.com, also available on iTunes.
Drive to left, gone. So Stanton comes alive, and he does it with a leadoff home run here in the fourth inning. His fourth career home run off of Matt Cain. That's his fourth of the season.
Trying to go up and in with the fastball, and he beats his, tells me he's looking for it. Well, that's just pure power off the back leg. What a beautiful swing for a big man. And it doesn't take long to get the bleachers.
So here's Justin Bour. And he fouls it back. Overshift is on for Justin Bour.
You know, in golf, they don't have one irons anymore, but they used to. And if you ever wonder what a one iron looked like, it was that line drive that Stanton just hit in the bleachers.
This is skied out into right center field, and way out there is Blanco, who makes the catch. Bour just got AT&T.
Well, there's a guy in that Marlins dugout that can commiserate. Barry Bonds had a few taken away, just like this. But that definitely had a home run distance. Any other place? That had been back to back.
Here's Derek Dietrich, and he rolls this one foul.
All right, our ball dude, Henry Wilshusen.
Out of play the other way. And it's 0-2. A 2-1 lead now for the Marlins as this is tapped foul at home plate. Overshift is on again for another Marlins left-handed hitter. He stays alive.
Nice 0-2 pitch going up above the strike zone. I mean, you're in the protect mode. I mean, that's a tough fastball to even get a piece of. Dietrich had been hot coming into this series.
0-2. Dietrich steps out. Got him.
Nice tight little cutter on his hands. Strikeout number 3 for Kane, and all 3 have been swing and miss strike threes. Just take a look at it. It's just beautiful little cutter, right, perfectly placed in on the hands. See ya.
So here's the Marlins catcher, Real Muto. He singled in the second inning. Another sellout crowd here on this Sunday afternoon. Say goodbye to the Marlins. And tomorrow night, say hello to the Padres. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Out of play.
Nice 2-pitch combination, change up to a fastball. It just makes that fastball look faster when you're throwing it off of a changeup. Because the arm action is identical. Changeup fastball from Kane, it's the same arm action. In fact, the changeup arm action might be a bit faster than the fastball action.
And that's hit into center field for a base hit. So that's the second hit for Real Muto. And it comes with 2 outs.
Take a look at the pitches that Kane has. Change up is 63% of the time he throws it's a strike, and 35% they'll swing and miss, and that really is his best swing and miss pitch. And that's a pitch that he learned when he got to the big league level. He showed up, he was basically a fastball curve guy, 20-year-old kid, and he really has learned his craft up here.
And a strike to Miguel Rojas, who hit into a double play in the second.
Kane really had some outstanding teachers too. Dave Righetti, of course, who's been his pitching coach the whole time he's been a Giant. And early on, Matt Morris, who was his teammate, really gave him a lot of philosophies that he has taken with him throughout his career. And if you have a guy like Matt Morris, when you come walking to the big leagues at 20, I mean, coaches can help you only so much, but you're going to listen more even to a teammate, especially a guy you respect in the career that he's had, which is what Kane felt about Morris.
Panic to Posey, side retired. The home run by Stanton gives the Marlins the lead, and for the Giants, Pence is going to lead things off.
Welcome back to the Giants game. Well, I had a chance to catch up with Barry Bonds before the game for a one-on-one exclusive interview. He told me that he was pretty sad leaving the Bay Area. He misses home. He also shared his coaching philosophy. Here's a look.
Really said you can't be me. My dad said you can't be me, you can only be yourself. So, you have to learn. Like I say, each individual is different. Everybody's hitting technique's different. Everyone's approaches are different. Every pitcher is going to pitch a different person a different way, and you have to be prepared to do your job the best you can and not try to be something you're not.
Well, he had some pretty good coaches and teachers himself. Barry Bonds, it was very nice to see him here. The fans were very excited. A warm welcome and a warm departure, and we hope to see him back soon. Gentlemen.
All right, Amy. Yeah, good stuff with Mr. Bonds. It's amazing how he has just kind of followed his father's footsteps. His father, of course, Bobby Bonds, as Pence stands in. Mike played with Barry's dad. I played with Barry's dad. And the one thing that Bobby Bonds knew a lot about, and that was hitting. And there are a lot of guys that'll tell you that that's the best hitting coach that they have. 1 ball and 1 strike to Pence. Yeah, on CSNBayArea.com you can see the whole interview that Amy had with Barry Bonds. Here's the 2-1 to Pence, and Pence drives one center field. It is out of here. And this game is tied. He hit that one a long way.
He hits this one a long way, and look at the location right out over the plate. He gets extended with backspin, and it's just a matter of how far it was going to carry over the wall. Never a doubt as to whether it was going to go. That's impressive. Wow.
Well, you don't have that net there. That's going to knock down about 20 kale plants.
Yeah. And maybe a bartender or two out there in the garden.
It's been a while since the Giants knocked one out. 458 they're saying it was. Broken bat grounded to third for Dietrich.
Well, 458 to dead center too. I mean, that's what's impressive about that. Most guys that hit the big 458s, they're to their pull side. But this takes on El Centro. And boy, that was loud too, the contact.
Connolly's reaction was like, oh, come on. I threw it there. It's the 3rd home run of the year for that man, Hunter Pence.
Well, as impressive as Giancarlo Stanton's home run, that one by Pence was more impressive.
Tough. Yeah, they're saying that that's the 7th longest home run in the majors this year. There were a couple in Colorado I thought were further than that one. And a bunt. A little too hard. And they just got him.
Now Billy Hayes is putting the hand down in the first base coach's box. He thinks it was a call that perhaps was the wrong call. The Giants are going to look at it. I think he beat it.
I don't know. He did. He did. They're going to take a look at it. This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
It's got to be in the clutch of the glove. So Chad Chop, Sean Dunston, who were in the Giants clubhouse watching those replays, making the call.
I think they saw what we saw.
I think it's a good call to challenge this. Now it's just a matter of how they're going to interpret this back in New York. I think he got it. I think that's your best look at it right there. just replayed that here in the ballpark, and the fans here reacted as if they believed he was safe.
Yeah. Although I got to believe that if this were in Miami this game, maybe the reaction would be different.
Yeah, it was that close. He's safe.
Headgear's coming off. Crowd will let you know what the call is. Got him.
Unbelievable. I think this is this whole series we've seen so many calls that we have not agreed with the umpiring crew back in New York, and you can add this one to it.
So Blanco's going to hit.
It's so frustrating if you're Bruce Bochy because you can't yell at this crew.
No.
And you really can't yell loud enough to hear you back in New York.
I really think you should be able to yell at somebody. Maybe designate one umpire that has to stand there in front of the manager and you can yell at him. As Blanco, in self-defense, tries to bunt and it's off his bat, foul.
Well, I think that's a pretty good point.
Yeah, I do too. So Blanco takes down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch is wide. It's 2-1. Three balls and 1 strike. On the ground, it'll be Gordon on the back end, and he'll throw him out. Pence ties it up with a long home run to straightaway center field, and it's bye baby. And as we head to the 5th, it's tied.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by PG&E, together building a better California.
Now the Blue Jays will be in town at AT&T Park on May 9th. The Giants invite all students, alumni, and fans to USF College Night at AT&T Park. You get a limited edition co-branded Giants USF College cap. You need a special ticket. sfgiants.com/special events. Kane pitching to Adam Conley, and he fouls it out of play.
Who's got a pretty good clue with the bat. Now his batting average does not reflect it, but given what we saw in his first at bat and what we're seeing here, he's got a clue. He can swing a little bit.
Breaking ball is high. Two balls, two strikes.
If you're not a great hitter as a pitcher, your job is to get 5 pitches or more out of the at bat. And Conley has done that.
He just did it. The foul out of play.
So fighting off pitches, seeing more pitches.
This will be pitch number 71 for Kane.
Easy take there. So now you got a full count.
Now you got to lay one in there. He does, and it's out of play.
The 5th inning for Kane has been his Achilles heel this year. Coming into this game, he'd given up 11 runs. All of the 11 runs were scored off him in the 5th inning. So if you're Don Mattingly and you watch Conley as pitcher get up there and get this many pitches out of Kane, he's thrilled. 5th inning, opponents hit .737, 14 for 19. The rest of the time, 3 for 41.
Sharp grounder to Crawford, who will make the play. Battle won by Kane, but 10 pitches for Conley. So here's Gordon. Gordon tried to bunt his way on in the first and was thrown out on a nice play by Duffy, and then he singled in the 3rd, stole 2nd, stole 3rd, and scored on a fielder's choice. And a strike. And another strike.
Let's backdoor that cutter. D. Gordon, I don't think, was too enthusiastic with that call.
Didn't act like it.
Ryan Blackney.
And this is going to kick off of Panic. Might have been a tough play anyway. So now the fun begins for Kane and for Brown.
Well, it would have been a nice play to make from Panic's perspective. I don't think even if he fields it cleaning the glove that he's going to be able to get up and have enough time to get a throw off to get this guy. He just does not give you that time going down the line. Fly.
Ozuna is 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Gordon goes, and a base hit to right field. So runners at 1st and 3rd with just 1 out. And here comes Yelich.
Watching the outfield, kind of a stumble, almost takes the wrong route of the bag, but you have that much speed, you can do a few things that are a bit unorthodox and still make up for it.
Yeah, he also tell you that he doesn't really need a coach.
No.
When he's running the bases. Yelich reached on a fielder's choice in the third. He knocked in a run. Here he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Bullpen activity for the Giants.
Perfect little backdoor breaking ball, takeout strike one. Absolutely perfect. And you have to make good location pitches. But he is a guy that'll hit into double play, and that's what he's pitching for right now.
Panic, Crawford. That's all they'll get. And Gordon scores again on a fielder's choice. So the Marlins take the lead here in the fifth. And here's Stanton.
Stephen Okert, the lefty, getting ready for the Giants. Fifth inning blues continue for Kane.
This was the home run that Stanton hit in the fourth.
Wanted to try and jam it with the fastball. Wasn't that far off from the mark, but that's all he needed.
Outside 2-0. And a strike. So boy, hit that perfect spot. It's 2-1
with a changeup. Stanton, career against the National League West. 301, 54 home runs, 145 RBIs. Now that's against the National League West. I mean, that's 163 games, so basically that's a full big league season. Stanton is from the Los Angeles area, but he loves hitting against the West.
Well, he's going to have to be careful on this pitch. I guess you have to be careful on any pitch thrown to Stanton. And the walk. Dave Righetti's coming out.
Well, this meeting on the mound brought to you by Ring Central, business communications made simple. With Bohr, the left-handed hitter, and Dietrich, a lefty, right behind him, it may be a message that Righetti's giving him is, you know, hey, listen, this is your last hitter. You got to get him out. So you know the deal. And it's good pitching coaches will challenge guys out there. I mean, really don't have to declare the obvious with Kane. I mean, he's 10+ year veteran. He knows the deal.
So Yelich at second, Stanton at first. Bohr is 0 for 2. And it's outside for a ball. He hit a ball deep out into right center field that Blanco tracked down. Two and 0. Bohr steps out, ahead of the count.
Place has gotten very quiet.
strike. It's 2-1.
Now, they use that little cutter to take out that outside corner against these lefties, and he's really shaving that outside part of the strike zone. Nice pitch. Just a bit low. Tried to cut that thing in again.
Yelich and Stanton are your base runners. A run in here in the 5th. Hit up the middle. Crawford on the backhand, and that'll end the inning. Marlins take the lead. It's 3-2. Donald's true stories on this date in 1968. The Giants beat the Phillies at Connie Mack by a final of 7-1. Oh, Jim Davenport hit his 3rd career grand slam in the 6th off of Chris Short. Juan Marichal pitched a complete game, allowed 10 hits, no walks, 10 strikeouts in 1968. Matt Cain to lead things off.
Looked like Cain was swinging for the bleachers right there. He's got the power to do that. He hasn't hit him as far as anybody.
Pagan's on deck, and then Panic. And it's now 1-2. In tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him. Just a reminder that on Friday we had the memorial here at the ballpark for Jim Davenport, so it's always nice to look back at what Davy looked like when he played for the Giants. He's just a good all-around player. He was a terrific defender. I saw some opening day lineups where Davy was at short. So you could move Davy around just about anywhere. As Pagan stands in and he bounces this one up the middle. And Rojas kicks it. He was looking good until he actually had to catch it.
Well, for all you little leaguers watching, it happens to the big leaguers too. Right center cut, middle of his glove. And that is a frustrating error. I mean, he just puts it right in the pocket and just, for whatever reason, does not put a squeeze on the glove. Kicks right out.
So here's Panic. Pitch is wide to Joe Panic. Giants are down by a run here in the 5th. So Conley steps off the slab. Pagan, still at 34, still can steal a bag for you. Outside, 2-0.
Giants trying to take advantage of that miscue. Conley trying to pitch through the air. We have a 1-run lead, man. This is a big moment in this game.
Nope, 3-0. The backpacks handed out today, the Joe Panic backpacks. 14 and under, I thought.
Well,
maybe you got juniors on it.
Maybe he paid big money to get that one.
Leap year, born on leap year.
Yeah, there you go. So if he's born on leap year, that makes him about
14.
Yeah.
No idea.
10.
Al Rosen born on leap year.
Yeah.
3-1 pitch to Panic. Panic down the right field line, foul. And nobody had a better look at that ball than Joe Panic. So he had a pretty good idea that that was not going to stay fair.
And they threw a fastball just to, I don't want to walk a fastball, and Panic says, hey, you can't do that to me. That ball was lit up.
Three and 2 now to Joe Panic. Runner goes, swinging a base hit to left. Pagan is going to stop at second. Here's our Geico quote, Matt Duffy, and the Giants' clutch hitting from the pitchers. And I think our secret weapon now is our pitchers. Offensively, I think we're all table setters for our pitchers.
Well, it's kind of felt that way here the last couple nights. Madison Bumgarner, who a 2-time Silver Slugger award winner, getting a little challenge now as to who the best pitcher is with the bat in this Giants starting rotation.
I'm still the leader of the pack. So Duffy steps up. He's popped out and he's walked. Pagan at second. Panic at first. And tight. 1 ball and no strikes.
'71 pitches on the day for Conley. At the end of the 5th, you want to be 75 pitches or less, so he's about where he should be.
And a base hit to left field. They're going to wave in Pagan. Here's the throw home, and they got him. Yelich made a perfect throw.
Well, that's something they talked about before the series. They were going to challenge Yelich, who does not have a great arm. Every chance they got. And this is as good as he could possibly do, and it is perfect. A strike to Real Muto. He had all the time in the world to get it and seal out the plate. And an easy call for plate umpire Ryan Blackney. I mean, that's the throw of the year for Yelich.
And I don't think we're surprised at all that he sent it.
No. Yelich does not have a great arm, and they were gonna test it. Put the pressure on the defense. They did, and the defense came up with a perfect throw. can see how Real Muto gets his momentum going into the play. I mean, that's just perfection. You can do that with a hinge glove. Go out there with one hand. The old style catching gloves that didn't have a hinge. Good luck with that.
Here's Buster Posey. Buster hits a high fly ball to right. And that's going to end the inning. Through 5 innings here at AT&T Park, Marlins on top 3-2.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you can come to expect and more. Go to MLB.TV for details.
Dietrich breaks his bat and flips one into right field for a base hit. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, guys, let's continue talking about pitchers who can rake. Dwayne, you said it. Matt Duffy saying pitchers are their secret weapon as of late. We've got proof in the pudding. Friday night, Jeff Samardzija stepped up big time with a single and a double, 3 RBI. And last night, Jake Peavy coming through with a 2-run single. Bruce Bochy talking about his rotation today. He said he's always emphasized hitting with his pitchers. He just happens to have a rotation where all of them can hit, and it is a huge advantage. Gentlemen?
It is a huge advantage as Realmuto stands in. He's got a couple of hits and he takes a strike.
Well, and it also keeps you in a ball game if you're a pitcher. If you have a threat with a bat, if you're a good bunter, if you can move the runner over and possibly knock a run in, I mean, it keeps you in the game. And a lot of decisions come late in the game.
Hit out into left field. Pagan doesn't, well, acts like he doesn't see it, and he doesn't see it at all. And it's going to be second and third with nobody out, and that's just the way it's gone for Matt Cain.
And that makes it a 3-hit day for Realmuto. I mean, that's 2 times now that Pagan in this series has not been able to see balls hit out to him. Shadowing his eyes, never really took advantage of glasses. He had them on the top of his hat, but not wearing them. And he never saw it.
Could be the haze that you have that's the same color as the baseball.
Well, you know what? When he gets up in the sun, I don't care how dark your glasses are. It's not going to matter if he gets lost in it.
Here's Rojas, infield in. And this is hit out to Pagan, and going back to tag is Dietrich. Pagan's going to catch, or make that Blanco's going to catch, and for whatever reason the Giants didn't have a cutoff man, and it shot by everybody, and going to third is Realmuto.
Well, nice heads up play from Realmuto's perspective. So Rojas getting the job done. I mean, a good situational at bat. And if you're Blanco, you're coming back in. And nowhere near the cutoff.
That's Buster was there, so there was a cutoff man there. So now it's Connolly who can help himself, and he rolls this one to Posey, and it's a foul ball and a good thing.
Kane pitching for the strikeout, and with a pitcher up there, I mean, it's should be an obtainable goal. But we've seen 2 good at bats already from Conley. I mean, he has not been an easy at bat at all.
0-2. Infield all the way in. And that breaking ball is fouled by Conley.
Watch D. Gordon kind of get popped in the face there by a high five from a teammate. Sorry, little buddy.
0-2.
Not easy being a little guy.
It ain't. Low. 1-2. So a 2-run lead now for the Marlins here in the 6th, with the help of a ball lost in the sun. And Kane gets the strikeout. And now the hitter is going to be D. Gordon. And Bruce Bochy's coming out. So Kane, again, you're going to look at his line, and it's going to be misleading because he pitched well today.
Well, sooner or later he's going to start getting better breaks.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. To the 4-2 lead. Stephen Okert is the new pitcher. He'll be facing D. Gordon.
And this is the new pitcher, Stephen Okert, coming in for his third time. What we've seen from Okert is a low to mid-90s fastball with two types of movement, a changeup and a curveball.
And now if you're in the infield, you always have to be aware of the slow tapper. Realmuto is at third, and it's outside for a ball, 1-0.
Or with D. Gordon, the bunt. He'll push bunt, he'll drag bunt. Pressure really is on the infield here, especially the corner infielders.
There's a strike. Duffy in at third, as he always is with Gordon. Low. On deck is Marcell Ozuna. Foul. Out of play, 2-2.
Stand in that outside corner. Four-seam fastballs, which have a little movement that run away from D. Gordon. The line on Kane.
Got him. Nice job by Okert. Well, Marlins pick up a run. Pence, Brown, and Crawford are coming up.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, celebrating 70 years as your neighborhood paint store. By Xfinity, X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Well, Monday, May 9th is Korean Heritage Night. Your special package will include a ticket to see the Giants take on the Blue Jays and a limited edition Giants drawstring bag. Very cool. So go to sfgiants.com/special events. Check it out.
Okay, here's Pence, who takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Pence homered in his last at bat. 2-0. Brown, Crawford, Blanco. Nope, he's not getting it. It's 3-0.
He's throwing that little changeup in that outside corner at the knees, and he's not missing by much.
No, from here, it looks like a strike. And he gets the low strike. It's 3-1.
He is in the lock and load mode, isn't he? Get it, go. And we talked about Hunter Pence earlier in the game, hitting a home run number 3 in the year. We're going to make it our Togo's big play, the Togo's way, because it was impressive, right over the center field wall, and I mean deep, lit this place up, and that's our Togo's big play, the Togo's way.
So here's Brown. Brown has walked and he's bounced out to third. Little meeting between catcher pitcher while the bullpen gets ready.
Iggy, Cody Iggy.
All right, everybody's ready as Brown stands in. And the pitch to Brown, and Brown takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
And Cody Iggy just got the red alert. He's really cranking right now. So Wanye was going to come out, stall a little bit.
Yeah, this is the stall. This is the 4 corners. Dean Smith, he was the king of this right here, the stall.
I never liked that, by the way.
I hated it. Final score: North Carolina 12, Marquette 10.
Come on, who wants to see that?
Yeah, the shot clock was one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the clock with the bullpen thing, I don't even know how it works. I mean, if you don't get back, if it runs out, where do you have to be?
Yeah, I'm not altogether clear on it either. I thought it was going to be a little bit too quick when they put 30 seconds up there, but I don't think everybody's paying 100% attention to it.
Well, I think you're right. Brown drives one to right, but out there in Triple's alley is Stanton.
Got to be a bit demoralizing for your young hitter. I mean, that's right in the gap. If you play Stanton over in straightaway center field, that's extra bases. What the Marlins have done here, and they have really taken away Triple's alley. They have completely said to the Giants, you can have the line. They play as far over towards the gap in right center as anybody. In fact, I think more than anybody. I mean, that's how much. That's straightaway right field. That's what they're giving you, and they just don't want to get beat in the gap.
Crawford, an infield hit and a ground ball out. And a strike. Yeah. If you're playing in Atlanta, that's a double or a triple. Rolled on the ground. Gordon's only play will be at first. So Pence now in scoring position with Gregor Blanco coming up.
Derek Law in the Giants bullpen heating up. Seems like every time Gregor Blanco gets up in that batter's box, it's a big at bat, big opportunity. And down 2 runs with a runner in score position, another one of those opportunities.
He's 1 for 2. In tight, Kelby Tomlinson is in the on deck circle. Pence with his lead, and it's 2-0.
Conley really getting a little sloppy with his command in this inning.
And a strike. So see if Blanco gets something to hit 3-1. He does, and it's out of play.
From Connolly's perspective, I mean, he's got a 2-run lead here. I mean, the last thing he wants to do is walk Blanco, so this should be a pretty good pitch to hit.
So Tomlinson's going to hit. We'll see who he faces.
There's 4 walks on the day from Conley. Marlins are asking if everybody's ready. They want the right-hander, and they're saying, yeah, everybody's good to go. Reed Cornelius, the bullpen coach.
So Don Mattingly's coming out, and he's going to ask for the right-hander, as you would expect. All-Star Teacher is brought to you by Provident Credit Union. You can vote at csnbayarea.com/AST. It is the 10th season of the All-Star Teacher Program, recognizing teachers that make a difference. Winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. So Brian Morris is your new pitcher, and Belt is your new hitter.
Saw Morris earlier in the series. Got good stuff. You'll see mid-90s fastball, you'll sink and cut, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Belt a chance to get the Giants a little closer. And the 1-0 pitch. And Belt this time cannot hold up. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Back-to-back sliders. Did he go? Yes, he did.
It's high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Belt, a tall hitter, 6'5". He gets right up on the plate.
Left field. And a base hit. And Pence is going to score. And it's 4-3. Belt comes through.
A little fillet down the left field side. Good pitch to hit indeed. Right down Broadway. Goes the opposite way. And that is a 2-out thing of beauty.
So here's Pagan.
2 outs, you're going to get a good jump. Head down.
You can scoop.
And just long stroking.
Pagan is 1 for 3. Swing. You're going to miss. 0-1.
Good speed with Blanco at second base. Bearclaw and Iggy. Bearclaw, the right hander, just getting up.
No balls and a strike to Pagan. If Pagan were to hit one down the right field line, he could run for days.
Days. The Marlins just say, okay, we're giving you the line. We're not going to give you the gap in right center. Right-handers, left-handers, doesn't matter. I mean, it's a total pitch him away, play him away.
It is.
Defense. I mean, with a left-handed hitter up there, and you're seeing that. But every pitch so far in this at bat has been to the outer half.
Base hit. Here comes Blanco. Yelich kicks it around. Belt to third. This game is tied. What a nice piece of hitting by that man. And he'll feel a little better about that fly ball right now.
Yeah, that's money hitting. And if you get victimized by the sun and a ball you can't catch and it winds up turning into a run, you beg for an opportunity to do this, and he comes up big. And that was not a hanger either. He went down and got that breaking ball. No hesitation from Roberto Kelly. And Yelich out in left field with a bobble. Never even got off a throw. And Angel Pagan's reaction. Excited. Why not?
Mattingly out. Morris out. And we'll be back.
Next TV game will be tomorrow night when the San Diego Padres come in. First of 3 games. Pregame live at 6:30. Game time 7 p.m. You'll see it right here on CSN Bay Area, the home of the authentic Giants fan. New pitcher now for the Marlins will be Cody Iggy, who just got activated yesterday. Second appearance for him in this series.
And the pitch is a bit wide.
Iggy kind of a high sidearm delivery with 2 types of fastball, a curveball, and a changeup.
He pitched yesterday. He did not face panic. He's putting himself in a spot now where he's got to come in. He may be only facing this guy. That's it.
Well, they've got Kyle Bearclaw, the right-hander, down there, and you're right. But they do have an open base, so you kind of can pick as to who you want to go after.
Foul back.
But I can't believe that they bring in a lefty and tell him to nibble.
Yeah.
Even with an open base.
And a late call strike.
Looked like Blackney, the plate umpire, had to think about that one for a while.
Hey, every once in a while, even Eddie Montague did it. You got to flip a coin. You do.
Oh, yeah. Did Eddie flip a lot of coins?
He did. It's a 2-2 pitch, but instead a throw to first. And be careful. The guy on third, if you come up with any kind of a weird move at all, the umpire might just call a balk. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Panic waves at a slow breaking ball, and that's going to end the inning. So with the help of a couple of walks and 2 out base hits, the Giants tie it up. We will head to the 7th inning here at AT Park. It's 4-4.
All right, time now for our Toyota game summary. Is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For the Marlins, 4 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. The Giants, 4 runs on 9 hits. Home runs from Giancarlo Stanton, his 3rd on the year. Hunter Pence hit one even farther. Matt Cain pitched well, had some bad luck, The Giants have picked him up, and we are knotted up 4 apiece as we go to the top of the 7th inning.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Derek Law, the new pitcher now for the Giants, coming into his 4th game, and he has been spectacular. 5 strikeouts in 3 1/3. He's given up 3 hits. You'll see mid-90s fastball with curveball, slider, changeup.
So a couple of young guys Mike just called up playing big parts in this game.
Well, they have won the confidence of the skipper very quickly, and he is not afraid to throw him in the fire.
So Law facing Marcell Ozuna. And a strike. It's 1-2.
Now, in talking with Derek Law, I said, "You're throwing a lot of curveballs." He goes, "No, that's a slider." I said, "Well, how do you hold that?" So he holds it with 3 fingers on the ball.
Look out. Almost got Lenny Harris, almost got Ball Dude, almost got a couple of fans.
Look out, Lenny Harris.
Talk about a guy that could hit. He could hit.
He can hit right now. More pinch hits than anybody.
Just outside and low. It's 2-2.
So in talking to Derek Law, I said, "Well, how do you? What's your hand action when you throw the pitch?" And he goes right over the top, and he's a high 3/4 release anyway. And it's the curveball that he's throwing, although he's calling a slider. Ooh, good pitch.
Wow.
Just missed with 94 on the black outside corner. I wouldn't take that again if I was Ozuna.
And the walk. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen, we may not agree with every call they make, but I think we can all get on the same page with Major League Baseball umpires as their annual auction is underway. It is called Umps Care, and you can find it at MLB.com/umps care. Lots of items, 300 items up for auction. They're going to raise money. It all goes to children in need. A couple of things that you can get: MLB experiences, a Build-A-Bear workshop, and college scholarships, all offered by the Major League Baseball umpires. Check it out.
Great cause, great group of guys, and then I think it's important that these things show that umpires care about other things as well. There's another strike going too.
Well, I just think it's great because you get a chance to meet some of these guys and get to know the personalities of the umpires who, for the most part, are basically ignored. The only time they stand out is when you're yelling at them. But they do a lot of good, and it's definitely something you should check out.
Outside to Yelich, who's 0 for 3, but he does have 2 RBIs.
Not an easy guy to steal on. He's pretty quick out the stretch.
Got him.
And he just struck out one of the hottest hitters in the game. And he's not surprised by it. And that's that 3-finger slider that he calls a slider, when in fact it's a curveball. I mean, it's straight down break and nasty and quick.
Stanton is 2 for 2 with a walk. And a strike.
When you're a rookie and you come up here and start facing the big fellas, when you start having success against them, that's when you start to believe you belong.
Well, you can see that Stanton has never seen Derek Law before. Consequently, he just took 2 pitches. But what happens now is he finds himself behind in the count 0-2. Hit on the line and a base hit. So on an 0-2 pitch, Stanton drops one in for a hit. And now we'll see what Bruce Bochy does with Justin Bour coming up, and Bruce Bochy's coming out.
So a mistake in an 0-2 count. Ball just up, and with the reach that Stanton has, I mean, if you're going to go away, you got to get it off the plate wider than that.
New pitcher coming in. It's going to be Osich. Josh Osich. We'll be back. With live Warriors post-game coverage is airing now on CSN Plus, and that can be found on Comcast channels SD 105, HD 780, DirecTV 696-1, AT&T SD 771, and HD 1771. If you can't find CSN Plus, log on to csnbarea.com or call your local cable provider.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be the left-hander Josh Osich, 11th game that he has come into. He's off to a nice start. For Osich, you'll see mid to high 90s with a fastball, hard slider, and a changeup. The changeup really has become a nice pitch for him.
Chris Johnson is pinch hitting for Bour. So Johnson at the plate. Strike at the knees. Spoiler alert. I'll give you not the score, but the outcome. But the Warriors won. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up. Slowly hit. Panic. Is that one? It's two. Should not get tagged out on that play if you're Giancarlo Stanton. Henry. Good news and bad news for the Warriors. Stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Eastern's post-game live highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. It's a 4-4 ball game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Kyle Bearclaw is now on the mound.
Well, he's a local kid. Out of Santa Clara, went to St. Mary's. He's had 4 appearances so far for the Marlins. And it's our first chance to take a look at him. 5 strikeouts and 3 1/3. So it tells you right there he's got pretty good stuff. So you say, well, wait a second, what kind of stuff does he have? Well, let me tell you. Bearclaw, mid-90s and sometimes even higher than that. Got a good hard fastball that he can sink and cut. Hard slider and a changeup. And I mean, we're talking about a high 3/4 release. Total power arm. You're going to see more sliders than changeups. But he's a big guy, 6'3", 230. Chris Johnson stays in the game. He's over at first base now. And I have to believe that Kyle Bearclaw pretty excited about this appearance.
I would think so. Yeah, I'm sure he's got a boatload of family here. Or anything like your family and my family.
I know.
They were not afraid to ask for tickets.
No, they conquered the fear.
Here's Duffy in a 4-4 game. He will lead things off. And it almost got him. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
95-mile-an-hour fastball to introduce himself. So everybody else on this field right now, it's kind of a normal game. But for Kyle Bearclaw, this is the 7th game of the World Series. A little amped up. It cannot be a comfortable at bat right now, given how hard this guy throws and the location of the first 2 pitches.
And he just takes a little off. Well, no, he didn't. 95 for a called strike. Duffy's 1 for 2. Good swing and a foul back, 2-2.
You see the average fastball at 94, his changeup at 90. So a guy named Bearclaw comes loaded for bear, and those velocities will definitely impress you.
Rolled to short. So Duffy retired, and here's Posey. Buster's 0 for 3. 2 ground balls and a fly ball to right. One ball and no strikes to Buster Posey. Swing. You're going to miss to even the count.
Good breaking ball right there. So for Posey, seeing that breaking ball for the first time in a 1-0 count, a little overmatched there. But better to see it on a first strike than a third strike. I mean, there's pressure on a guy like Bearclaw. I mean, raising the barrier, probably a Giants fan.
Yeah.
Has a lot of friends that still are Giants fans.
Driven to right. Stanton's not going to get it. He will play the carom. Posey digging for 2. He'll make it.
That's one time they kind of got burned with the way they set their defense. High fastball out over the plate. And Posey backspins it the other way. Now, if Stanton's playing normal right field set, I mean, he has a chance to get this, but he's way over towards the right center field gap, and he really has no chance. But a nice job of playing that off the carom. To no avail. So Posey with a one-out double, and the Giants have action.
Here's Pence. Pence is 1 for 2, a home run and a walk. He scored twice. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. $159 doubles now for Buster Posey. Ties Darrell Evans. 17th on the all-time list. Here's the 1-0. Nope, 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss on a challenge. This was the home run. Straightaway center field. Way high up on the net that protects the garden.
And that was extremely loud contact. That you knew was gone as soon as you heard it.
Posey will walk on back after Bearclaw checks him out.
3 pitches, 3 fastballs. Bearclaw going right at him so far.
'97. He found a little extra.
He got 97 on a high 3/4 release. Not backing down. I mean, a 3-run challenge. He went right at him with 96.
Three and two. Posey at second. 1 out. Got him.
So he saves the slider for a 2-strike surprise, and he throws it in a 3-2 count. And for Pence, seeing that breaking ball, which is a good one for the first time, it's just really a disadvantage if you're the hitter. That's a good pitch.
The other thing too is at that point 3 and 2, right? So if you walks him, you walk him.
Yeah, you got an open base.
Here's Trevor Brown with Brandon Crawford on deck. It's a 4-4 game. And we're in the 7th. Brown drives one center field. Ozuna back. He's got room and he puts it away. We will head to the 8th. It's a 4-4 ball game. the 8th, and some folks, well, they're not in the park, but it also looks like they're in a pretty good spot. Now these people here just couldn't get tickets to the game, so they decided to do that instead.
Well, I'm thinking they beat the system right there.
Yeah.
Have a little cheese, a little wine.
A little white wine, you think?
Yep.
Dietrich at the plate,
Living the high life.
facing Osich on the mound. And a strike. Dietrich opened up the 6th inning with a base hit, and he eventually scored. It was the inning where this is bounced to Duffy. Duffy will make the play. That was the inning where Pagan lost the ball in the sun. So here's Real Muto, who's coming in hitting under 200, and he's got 3 hits today.
David Phelps starting to get up and get loose. Phelps is the setup guy for these Marlins.
And a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes.
And Osich, you know, it's kind of how he's rocked and rolled this whole spring. I mean, he can look so good and so in control of his stuff, and all of a sudden it'd be like about a 4-pitch sequence where you really can't explain, and they're not even close. And then he gets right back into it.
Well, maybe the person you should ask, Mike, is David Peralta. Hit him twice.
Yeah. I had the count twice. And you know, we always talk about effective wildness, and you can pitch that way, especially if you're a hard thrower. Once in a while you throw one up, kind of goes weird. Guys see that, especially if you got velocity behind it.
Hammered to left. Pagan back. It is gone. And just like that, the Marlins take the lead. His 4th hit of the game, his 1st home run of the year. And he hit it good.
Got a little cut fastball down and in. And Real Muto really jumping on this thing like it's on a tee. And once again, the Marlins on top.
So here's Rojas. Rojas with a bunt. And Osich is going to throw low to Buster, but Buster digs it out. 2 outs. And now we'll see a pinch hitter. And this is Echeverria. Echeverria then will probably go in and play short. Echeverria is in a pinch hit role this afternoon. He doesn't have a hit in the series. He's 0 for 7. 2 balls, no strikes. And a foul that goes the other way. It's 2-1.
A little anger behind that fastball at 97. Can't worry about it. Got to get the next hitter out. One of the hardest things about being a relief pitcher.
And this is a shot right past Crawford. So Echeverria with a 2-out base hit. So here's the speedy D. Gordon, who's got a couple of hits and he scored twice.
Steal situation here too for Miami. A throw over called by the bench. For Miami, I mean, they got really nothing to lose. Echeverria, who can definitely steal a base. If he steals the base, he's in score position. If he's thrown out, then you get to start the 9th inning with your leadoff hitter, D. Gordon. So I would expect Echeverria to go.
Tapped to Duffy, and that'll end the inning. Damage done on the Real Muto home run, and Brandon Crawford's going to lead things off. Bottom of the 8th inning. 23 hits in this game. And David Phelps will be the new pitcher.
Phelps, the numbers, 8th time that he's come in. He is the setup man. 13 strikeouts against 3 walks, just 7 base runners in 11 innings. How does he do it? Well, he's got a number of different ways. 4-year veteran. Going to give you a low to mid 90s fastball that he will sink and cut. Got a curveball and a slider and a changeup. You're going to see a lot of cutters.
See, Echeverria stays in and he goes in to play short. And Rojas goes to third, and that pitch is in tight. Crawford is 1 for 3. He's bounced out to the second baseman twice. Two balls and 1 strike. Yeah.
A lot of different color codes and schemes, and it's tough to sometimes be in sync with your teammates. The hat's just a little bit off today.
I think it's a good reason to protest the game.
Out of uniform. That's a violation.
3 balls and 1 strike. Crawford pops this one up. Wrong hat Rojas. No, actually, he's got the right one on. Wrong hat Echeverria was moving over towards the foul line.
Well, that I'm sure will be a fine. Kangaroo court. Out of uniform.
So it's 3-2 to Crawford. And Milwaukee.
Phelps wanted it. Not with the hat program and not with the Sox program.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody in the Marlins team, excluding Echeverria, has worn the high socks today, including Barry Bonds, their hitting instructor.
Well, one guy, there's usually one guy that doesn't get the memo.
I think he did get 2 memos. The hat memo and the pants memo.
Here's Blanco with Denard Span on deck. Crawford at first with his lead, and Blanco takes a strike. Blanco's been on base twice.
And again, the Marlins have been so consistent with giving the right field line and taking away right center. The other thing too is if you're throwing a pickoff move over to first base and it gets by your first baseman, that's automatic 2 bases for the runner.
Absolutely. Yeah, nobody that's going to back up.
I mean, your backup guys out there in Triples Alley.
Look out. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Santiago Casilla warming up for the Giants in their bullpen.
Here's the 1-1 to Blanco. Swinging a bouncing ball into right field. Crawford's going to dig for 3. Blanco does it again. The Giants have the tying run at third.
It's a 2-hit day for Blanco. He's been on base 3 times, 2 knocks and a walk. So the table setters have set the table. Goes inside with a 2-seam fastball and just rakes it through the hole on the right side. And nobody could do much about it. And an easy take a third for Crawford.
So here's Span. Span has been hot. He's hitting .261. 2 for 2 on Friday. 2 for 5 in the game last night. Way inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
And this homestand, I mean, he's really been unbelievable at getting on base. On base average over 500 so far in this homestand. 5 for 5. They're getting runners in from third base with less than 2 outs.
And that's off the backstop.
Pretty good pitch right there. A cutter at 90 right in on the hands. That's exactly what Phelps wanted to do with it.
One ball and one strike. Nope. High. 2-1.
Phelps wanted that one. Pagan on deck. And a lot of the similar type hitters coming at you from the Giants' perspective. A lot of guys who are grinders, not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, tough to strike out. Crawford, Blanco, Span, Pagan.
Good rip. It's 2-2. He's taking some good swings.
Yeah, Phelps not Jimmy jacking around either. He's coming right at him. I mean, that was just a challenge fastball at 95.
Two and two.
Goes inside with a 2-seam 95er, and he did not miss by much. And Phelps again wanted this pitch.
Well, it's likely now that Blanco's going to go on 3-2. Pagan is on deck. So here's the payoff. And it will be no payoff. It's a throw to first.
Well, if you're going, you have to make sure that he's going home. And you are betting on contact from your guy in the box.
They're loaded.
And that's the eyeball of the year right there in that at bat from Denard Span. And Phelps is doing everything he can do to try and maintain his composure. He's thinking he's making pitches and he's not getting anything for it. So Real Muto out there to try and calm him down. And here comes the top of the Giants lineup.
So here's Pagan. Pagan's had a good game. He's 2 for 4. He's lined out to left. He's knocked in a run. Down the left field line. Yelich over. And he will slide, and it hits the sidewall.
Boy, he really went into his slide late, too.
I do think that it's all padded down that left field line. But there's always that little spot underneath.
Yeah, and if your knee goes underneath that little spot, underneath the padding, I mean, that's all concrete there.
Remember, years ago at Wrigley Field, it happened to Bill Miller. I think when he was with the Cubs. Here it's 0-1 to Pagan. strike, 0-2.
So Phelps quickly on top.
Phelps taking a walk. This will be his 19th pitch of the 8th inning. And he needs it out. Right back to home. And a double play. And it's exactly what he needed. On the play, Blanco goes to third.
You're sitting in a 2-strike count. I mean, you always think square to the middle of the field. It's the ball right on the nose, back up to the middle, and it winds up being a perfect double play ball. So some bad luck there from Pagan's perspective, and now it's up to Panik.
Panik is 2 for 4. Blanco is at third. Span is at second. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Phelps is coming right after these Giants. I mean, he believes in his stuff. He's high velocity, and that fastball movement will go both ways, away from you and come into you, depending on the grip.
Got him. So Phelps does a great job of coming back. It's 5-4 Marlins.
Here's the winners today. We'll try and close it up in this first round of playoffs. Game 5 at the Oracle Arena in Oakland Wednesday at 7:30. Hour-long pregame at 6:30. You'll see it right here on CSN Bay Area. The authentic Warriors fan, you come to the home of the Warriors, and it is CSN. See you there. He's feeling it.
Yes, he is.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be their closer, Santiago Casilla. 7th time that he's come in. Try and keep this score the way it is right now. Giants trailing 5-4 for Casilla. You'll see low to mid-90s with the fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup. He will sink and cut the fastball.
And a strike at the knees. Blanco moves from center to left. Span goes to center field. And a breaking ball down low. One ball and one strike. Yelich to follow.
Casilla, everything out of the stretch. One motion, one release. AJ Ramos, the closer for the Marlins, finishing off his warm-up throws. He will pitch the ninth.
And Osuna out swinging, 1 out.
Nice curveball.
Very good. Here's Yelich.
Saved it for a little two-strike surprise. Drop it down out of the zone, away. And watch the snap. Knuckle curveball. Perfect location to head the count 1-2.
So Yelich, a couple of RBIs and a couple of ground balls. And he hits this one off of Casilla's glove, and that's going to be a base hit.
Those are hits you get when you're hot, and Yelich has been hot.
Well, Casilla's going to think, I got to have that.
Yes, he is. Because he should have. A lot of times ground balls or anything coming back at you, you think it's going to be a lot faster as we go back and take a look at the home run that Giancarlo Stanton hit earlier in this ball game.
He's been on base 4 times. He scored once, and that was on the home run. And he takes one up and in, 1 ball and no strikes.
Stanton having a breakout day, 3 for 3, including that long ball we showed you.
Breaking ball hit very high to center field. Span's going to make the catch. Yelich thought about tagging. I showed you earlier about a couple of balls that Stanton hit. This is the one ball he hit today during batting practice that ended up off the.
That's the one right there.
Hit off the platform there and then bounced into the parking lot.
That's one of the longest ones we've ever seen here. They just flipped it out there. Another day of BP.
So here's Johnson. Yelich has got 1 steal on the year. He was caught stealing in the 3rd. Swinging a bullet foul.
Look out. hits your best fastball inside like that. He's looking for it inside.
Johnson goes around on the appeal. It's 0-2.
So what do you do on the next pitch? You go away. I like that. All right, did he go? Oh yeah. See ya.
So 0-2. Maybe you see Yelich go now. Low. 1-2 for the Giants. In the bottom of the ninth, it will be Duffy, Posey, Pence, and then they hope 3 or 4 more.
Ichiro coming out on deck. Should the inning extend?
And that'll end the inning. So the Giants need 1 to tie, 2 to go home. Duffy's going to lead things off. It's 5-4 Marlins.
Our player of the game is brought to you by Honda, and we think that JT Realmuto is that man today. He ties his career high with a 4-for-4 day, including the go-ahead home run he hit in the 8th inning. And he is our Honda player of the game, JT Realmuto.
4 for 4. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
AJ Ramos, the new pitcher now for the Florida Marlins. Ramos, in his 4th year at the big league level, came up through the Miami Marlins organization, signed out of Texas Tech from Lubbock, Texas. How do you take your bats against him? Well, he's going to give you a low 90s fastball that he's got a little cut on it. He's got a curveball slider changeup combination. Ichiro comes in the game now in center field.
So here's Duffy, and a curveball to Duffy and a called strike. Duffy's 1 for 3. And he falls behind 0-2.
Perfect location with that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Ramos only given up 1 hit in 5 innings. I mean, he's been stellar as everybody breaks out their rally hats.
One and 2 to Duffy. Same spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good 1-2 pitch. That's where you want to go with it. Credit Duffy for not biting.
Just got a piece on that pitch away.
Yeah, a little cutter. And you're right. I mean, he just did shave the red stitch on that baseball. And this is a pitch you say to yourself, I'm not going to throw this thing in the middle of the plate. I'm going to start in the outside corner, let it fall out. I mean, that was a perfect pitch from his perspective.
Chases a pitch in the dirt. Realmuto throws on to Johnson, 1 out. So here's Buster Posey. Buster doubled in his last at bat. Again, the Marlins really playing their right fielder in Triple's alley. It almost looks like they're missing a right fielder. The pitch in tight, 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, they've been consistent with it. I mean, they just haven't even cared about the line. Not like Don Mattingly has never played in this ballpark, at least managed in this ballpark.
As he pops it out of play.
And it's pretty normal to see teams cheat over towards that right center field gap, but they have camped out there the entire series.
Posey on a check swing. It's now 1-2. Hunter Pence is on deck. And he got him.
Changeup and a good one. Lots of weapons for A.J. Ramos. Changeup right down below the zone, and Buster Posey cannot lay off.
So here's Pence. Pence homered in the 4th inning. On deck is Trevor Brown. 1 ball and no strikes to Hunter Pence. Pence was also walked. Fairclough struck him out in the 7th inning. One ball and 1 strike.
When Wolcott, first base umpire, saying yes he did. Faithful here at AT&T not in agreement.
Swinging a foul, 1-2. There was a challenge.
Good stuff from Ramos. I mean, you can see why he hadn't given up a whole bunch of hits this year.
Two and two. A base hit up the middle for Pence.
Life. They have life. Well, that's what about right there. Each team today has had a hit in every inning. And for Hunter Pence, a 2-hit day.
So here's Trevor Brown. And Brown tries to hold up.
Brown's got a good right field approach. And the Marlins say we don't care.
Very high, bit of an overthrow. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
I always talk about the number of different types of movement that Santiago Casilla can give you as a closer. And you're looking at a guy who can do the same thing. Almost lots of different types of movement, all quality.
Nope, 3-1. Well, now if you're Brown, you can pick out one spot and lean on it. See what he gets here. On the ground to third. Rojas to second, and that's the ball game. So the Giants, really the inning, the opportunity wasted was in the 8th. But the Giants came back and tied this game up a couple of times. But the Marlins kept battling, and eventually, on the home run by Real Muto, end up beating the Giants to take one game in this 3-game series.
Well, and really just a bad break, a sunball that loomed large in this ball game. You know, it's just why it's tough to sweep a team, because at some point they're going to get the breaks in a ball game, and it's going to make a difference for them. And that certainly was the case today for the Marlins.
So Giants now will welcome in the San Diego Padres. Final score 5-4 Marlins. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Eastern's Giants postgame live with interviews, and the wrap starts right now.